First thoughts on that one tonight, Guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was a lid on the ring, so I think we were 19% shooting in the first half. So we just created a rod for our back, and that was really the game. You just can't play basketball without any scoreboard pressure at all, and we just had a stinker of a shooting night. So I didn't think that our process was all that bad. It just got really contagious, and we could never drag it back. But we'll dust ourselves off and get ready for the next one.
Michaela Reeve had a really good start in this one. She had 6 points and 6 rebounds in the first couple of minutes, and then I noticed you subbed her out of the game. What was the reasoning behind that, considering how well that she'd started in that particular match?
Yeah, just a little bit of a conditioning thing with her in terms of, she to push the level of intensity that we want. It's good to run her about that period of time, give her a couple of minutes out, and then get her back in. So there was a good positive start, and good to actually get her out on a high note rather than getting her out if on some other note. So anyway, she played pretty well overall, Mick, and I thought she turned up a couple of times.
Were there other players who thought that brought that level as well? I noticed Maya Morris had 9 points and 10 rebounds tonight as well, so she was very serviceable for you.
Well, second half I thought Maya did pretty well, and I felt like we got the game back to 14 or something through the third quarter, 14-16. We really needed to make a push and get it under double figures if we're going to be legit, but they scored a couple of pretty easy baskets then. So look, overall, I think defensively giving up 78 was a winnable total, but just our shooting and our finishing was pretty subpar. I mean, the only other thing I'd say is Shaneice has been really sick, pretty much from our Flyers game through the Bendigo game and whatever else. So I didn't, her preparation's been a bit tough for Shaneice, and so it was a bit hard for her. I reckon probably didn't have a normal sort of pop, but she's hardly practiced. So I think she's getting out of it now and feeling stronger. So I'm hoping that she is better the next one. And we've got to just find a bit of confidence and rhythm.
Well, we know, Shaneice, that you're an absolute talent, and I'm sure that you will get back to that top form, especially in the coming weeks. And just wanted you to share a little bit about the fact that it's the Signet WNBL Indigenous Round and how much that means to you, particularly.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an honour to put my jersey on, but in particular during Indigenous Round, I think it means the most to me. I mean, every time I go out, I try to play my best, and in particular this round, just play for my family, my friends, all that. So yeah, it is really important to me, and I just love representing my last name on my jersey when I'm out there.
And do you see lots of pathways and opportunities for young people from those communities to be able to make their way into things like the WNBL, for an example?
I mean, yeah, for sure, always. It's always about that, and me also trying to give back to the community when I go back home. So definitely for sure.
What's the mentality for players when things aren't going quite your way? Like I talked about ladder up on top of the rim and shots not going in, that sort of thing. How do you turn that momentum around within a game? What are the sort of things that you focus on as a playing group?
You don't really have any time to really dwell on it, and you just got to move on to the next play. I feel like if you're stuck in the last play that just happened, then you're letting down the team. So I think just next play mentality and get after it on the defensive end. That's one thing you can control, being aggressive, rebounding. Just those two things.
And Guy, of course, you've got Perth Lynx coming up on Saturday night. Doesn't get any easier. This seems to be a pretty tough stretch at the moment for the Flames in terms of the games that you've got.
I mean, this team we played tonight, they're 0-3 going in, so we knew that they were really fighting to get that first win, and I think they're as talented a starting group. Arguably, they could have the best starting group in the league. So we knew tonight would be really tough. I mean, I'm not really worried about the next game yet. We just want to do our review from this one and just make sure we're back in the fight mentally. next game. But we actually, I think 8 of our first 11 games last year were on the road, and I think it's a good opportunity, these early road games that we've got, to just build a bit of culture and toughness and character in the team, and we've got to get value out of it that way. We're not playing Flames, what I would call Flames basketball yet. We're just got to find our way to it.
Is it great having players like Carl Pittman, for an example, and Caitlin Martin? I've had the opportunity to watch them not only play in NBL 1 East, obviously, but obviously as well the University Basketball League, young players coming through and really getting the opportunity and seeing them move from that level to the level that we're seeing now, particularly.
Yeah, well, in, I suppose, rebuilding the Flames program, it's been an entire pathway that we're putting together with the Harvey Norman Future Flames program all the way into the WNBL program itself. And last season, Caitlin, Carla, and others were development players for us. And then we feel like we've got some really other good young ones coming through that system as well. And some of it, they're starting to bleed into the WNBL program. So that's the longer term mission.
Just before you go, obviously, like we talked about Perth on Saturday, anything that stands out straight away about what you need to do to be able to turn things around on the weekend?
Oh, that's all within the 4 walls of the team. I mean, I never get too overly concerned about what the other team might do. That's out of our control. I mean, we know that they're a good team. Lost the championship last year, and you know, but when you're coming in, both games are going to be really tough. So right now, it's a lot more about what we got to do, and as I said tonight, defensively, well, they finished with 78. Was at the Adelaide score, so you know that's defending to a total that you should be able to win. But scoring 51. I don't know, 20% shooting is we've just got to find a way to get some rhythm and confidence and better finishing. And thought we had a ton of layups. I mean, we were in there and just blew some shots, and then no one could really get hot from the three. So for the girls, the confidence was really hard, because if no one's really dropping the shot, then the next one feels a little bit harder and harder again. And so we never really got a run. And you know, basketball's a game of runs, and without getting a solid run there to get a little bit of confidence into things, it was hard for them. But anyway, good test for us, and we'll pick up.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Shaneice.
Thank you.